Are they cops? Or are they dancers?
Boo.
Boo.
This is Rent-A-Cop on Stinker Madness.
What's that smell?
I don't know about you, but I'm thirsty as fuck. Thirsty as fuck.
Hey, look at these!
Thrill me.
If you come back in here, I'm gonna hit you with so many rights, you're gonna beg for a left.
Thrill me.
Beg for a left.
Thrill me.
Hey, look at these!
No more hangers!
It stinks.
Hangers! Get to the chopper!
Stinker Madness.
Hello and welcome to Stinker Madness, the podcast about bad movies for bad movie lovers by bad movie lovers. I'm your host, Justin. With me, as always, Sam and Jackie. This week on the show, it's Sam's pick, and he pulled out a tribute, quote unquote, to the late, great, and sorely missed Burt Reynolds, who died this week at the age of 82.
When I found that out, I had Audible to Rent-A-Cop.
Yeah.
I believe it was the only time he was ever nominated for a Razzie.
Which is kind of surprising. I guess one caveat to make before we say hi to Jackie about the Razzies is that after this, he was pretty much relegated to VOD movies, which usually don't get nominated for the Razzies. So this was probably his last theater
Big
appearance
shot.
until Boogie Nights, maybe. Jackie, how are you?
I want to rent a cop that looks like Burt Reynolds.
Yeah.
Shit, stay at his house, eat his Chinese food, give him a massage while he's in the bathtub.
Yeah, well, if you can get your fingers through the very thick coat of man for a round.
Oh, I could do it.
Just remember, you can rent a cop to guard the gas station under the Macy's, but you can't rent a cop for love.
Yes, you can.
Is
They
that
come
like-
to your door with a boombox
Is that like
and
money,
rippable pants.
money can't buy you love or something?
Hot cops aren't really cops. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, there is a cop that works out at my gym. Holy hell.
And then
he looks like He-Man.
He moonlights as a stripper?
I don't know.
Then whatever. This conversation is, you guys are talking about two different things.
He has a real police car.
And even if you were talking about the same thing, it would be going nowhere.
It would be going nowhere.
So we're moving on. Burt Reynolds. We will have a tribute to Burt Reynolds at the end of this podcast, and we aren't going to talk too much about him up at the front end, but 1987
was when it was shot.
Uh-huh.
I think it got a quick release or something, and then they re-edited it because it didn't get Razzie in 1989.
Yeah, it was nominated for the 89 Razzies, which the Razzies take place in March, I believe. So it's usually the previous year's film releases that are nominated. So, but that would imply that it was released in 88. But either way, 87, 88, somewhere in there.
Yeah, so it got postponed for a year, I guess. Maybe it missed right over the top of Christmas or something.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, they had to do a complete re-edit on it. It delayed the release for a long time because it was a bit of a troubled production.
Mm-hmm.
And
Let me guess, it was Maniza
Gogeli.
Yes, it was that woman. That woman. That's how I'm going to refer to her for the whole podcast. That woman.
Yeah, she went in. She was in that post-production, being like, "Oh, maybe I should cut it right here. Oh, a little more dancing right there. Oh,
yeah.
What does that button do? Is that button you turn the knob and it goes backwards? That's a little crazy."
Yeah, they're like, "Fuck, just quit dancing. This is not a dancing movie, you freak."
Get out,
Well,
Liza Minnelli.
Brought her back in to do more of it, though, because there was a bunch of it that was just VO of them talking that wasn't part of the movie originally.
Yeah, and there was a couple lines even that she said that were ADR'd. She flubbed them so bad on site that they had to bring her back and be like, "Miss Minnelli, can you try one more time?"
Yeah.
Liza Minnelli is in this movie.
That woman.
Academy Award-winning Liza Minnelli.
Tony, does she have an EGOT?
I don't. Maybe
she probably does.
What would she get a Grammy for, though?
She used to do pop standards.
Huh? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, she might be an EGOTer, which is the as far as you can get, as far as I'm concerned. So she's a award-winning royalty at this point.
She is. Like, that's what you can say about Liza Minnelli is an entertainer.
Yeah.
That woman.
So, now that we're talking about Liza Minnelli, Jackie, costumes.
Oh my God. I have seen all of those dresses at the thrift store.
My grandma wore all that.
Yeah.
Everything that Liza Minnelli wore, and then she hated Liza Minnelli. It didn't make any sense.
That doesn't make any sense because the reason I hate Liza Minnelli isn't because of this film. I've never liked Liza Minnelli, but it's because she's like the type of person that your mom likes. When you're like, look at your mom and you go, what the fuck do you see? Like everybody's mom likes Barbra Streisand, right? But dude, I get the talent behind the Babs. Doesn't mean I like her as a musician. But like Liza Minnelli is the same type of thing. Your mom just like worships her.
Yeah, Liza Minnelli is Barbra Streisand light.
Right.
That's what she is. And then you have like your irreverent Barbra Streisand is Bette Midler.
Yeah, right.
My mom was a big Bette Midler fan. Like, Bette Midler, she knew what to do.
Well, I'm a Bette Midler fan. I mean, come on.
I personally like that whenever she could, she got her ass and her crotch out in this movie, like several times. Oh, I'm
Bette Midler did? Wow.
No.
Huh. We were talking about Bette Midler.
No, we're talking about that woman now.
You don't drive over the rails of Bette Midler, Jackie.
Yes, I do.
Okay, back to Liza, Jackie, because I know you've got hate speech that you want to spew on the internet at Liza Minnelli, so have at it. But get it all out.
I'm just saying, she took off her pants a lot in this movie.
Yeah, sure.
She's got dancer's legs, Jackie.
Yeah, and then she kept like talking about dancer legs, and then she would come out and she would have like these see-through black fishnet type things on, and I'm like, okay, that's getting more comfortable, taking off your belt, and you're okay. Yeah, great.
You do know what her claim to fame was?
No.
Cabaret. She won the Academy Award for Cabaret, which is a movie about singing and dancing.
Yes, she can sing and dance.
She is relegated to always be that for the rest of eternity. Even her character on Arrested Development was a washed up that.
She didn't play Liza Minnelli?
She pretty much played Liza Minnelli.
I thought she was actually playing herself.
Yeah, it was self-referential for sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought the character's name was actually Liza Minnelli.
No, she had the same character name as Buster's mom. That was the mix-up. Like anytime she'd call, Buster'd get all excited because his mom was calling. Turns out it was Liza Minnelli, and he was like, I don't want to talk to her. Funny.
I'm not saying that she doesn't have talent.
Oh.
I'm just saying that I personally find her to be extremely annoying.
She's
her voice,
she's
her
awful.
eyes, the way that her body moves around, just everything about her just screams irritation. And when
It's
Burt Reynolds in
super
this
irritating.
movie says, hey, could you shut up? You're starting to get on my nerves.
Uh-huh.
And at that point, I was like, dude, that happened to me 10 minutes ago.
I mean, I guess if you have to cast somebody to be the most annoying person in the world, well, good job, casting director, but does it work for this audience sitting there
No.
getting like,
Well, and I didn't write down the movies, but this is their third team up.
really? Wow.
Yeah, but the others were, more in her prime in the early 70s.
Yeah, I bet you he
So-
missed Sally Fields pretty bad.
I think that there's a point where, like, Burt Reynolds just had sex with all the women.
Oh, of course.
As a service to women.
right. Like,
Or
gifting
not.
me. Me, I don't know.
Yeah, well.
I heard that, oh God, who did I hear it from? It was either Bill Corbett or somebody like that. Not, it was Paul F. Tompkins.
Okay.
And he said that he went in after Burt Reynolds to sit in a makeup chair one time, and the makeup artist was like, yeah, he totally just sexual harassed me. And Paul F. Tompkins is like, really? Oh, no. And she's like, I'm so glad.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Made it. It's like when Weird Al covers you in your Nirvana, you're like, we made it.
Yeah.
If you get sexually harassed by Burt Reynolds, you know you're something.
What else you got, Sam?
Well, the movie itself was directed by Jerry London, who has directed an episode of every television show you've ever heard of.
Okay,
From
all right.
Started at Hogan's Heroes, Partridge Family, every cop show. I mean, everything.
Hercules, the Legendary Journeys.
No, he was too good for that. Dr. Quinn, though. Diagnosis Murder, all of them. Every one of them.
Wow.
His big deal, though, was that he was the director of the Shogun miniseries and TV movie.
Oh, yeah, that's a big project.
Yeah, he won an Emmy for that.
Yeah, man.
He did, and then this.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, God.
Hey, we're going to talk later about Shogun, aren't we, Sam?
Kinda.
Yeah.
Kinda, a little bit. Oddly enough, one of the guys from Taipan is in this movie. Not Shogun, I don't think he was in. Though the movie tells us every 3 minutes it's in Chicago.
Right.
You know why it's doing that? Because they film most of it in Italy. So they just have to throw stock shots of Chicago in the whole movie constantly. This is the Cinetta Productions is their 50th anniversary film. The president of Italy came down to visit the set. They took a day off of filming to make friends with the president of Italy.
He didn't come down to visit the set of this. He came down to see the mustache that was better than his.
He came down to make sure that Liza Minnelli got back on the plane, and they sent her back to the only Italian American they ever sent back.
I'm gonna stop you. You got to do it over again. It's Liza.
I didn't say. If I say Eliza,
You said Eliza.
it just sounds that way.
It's not Eliza. It's Liza Minnelli.
I know. He made sure that if I have anything other than a hard end, it sounds like Eliza. You do it too. That's the thing, is that if you make any sound before the L, it sounds like Eliza.
Liza.
Sure.
I'm just going to keep calling her that woman.
Yeah, we get that. You folks listening at home want to play the play-at-home version of Stinker Madness? Try to say Liza Minnelli in the mirror 3 times fast and not say Eliza Minnelli.
Yeah, it's just any sound makes it Eliza. But anyway, yeah, he was making sure that Liza Minnelli got back on the plane. Like we treasure all of Italian Americans, as but not you.
Yeah, you're deported. I'm from here.
Yeah,
we don't care.
Not really. No, you're from America, and we're sending you back. Take your tap dancing shoes with you. They obviously, the thing didn't fly.
Sure.
When it finally did make it to theaters, they didn't have to report a budget, but it made $300,000.
Oh my God. Oh, dude.
Actually,
I was thinking like 2 or 3 million
No,
and still be like, ugh.
It actually didn't even make $300,000. It made like $295,000.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, it did real bad.
Oh, Burt.
I couldn't find production notes explicitly saying that they just grabbed non-used Jerry Goldsmith music.
Yeah, Jerry Goldsmith gets the music by credit.
Because of everything else in the production, they did not bring him in to do the music for this. They just grabbed stuff that he had done for other movies that didn't work.
And it's like stuff that didn't work in those other movies that he's like, no, this is shit. Get this out of this movie.
And then they kept it anyway after so many re-edits that just none of it fits together.
Oh, it is. The music in this film is the most inappropriate score I have. Yeah. And it's not even just that it's inappropriate. If you put it, like, some of the music is like if you were to make a shitty remake of Steel Magnolias and couldn't get an actual composer, you would put in this shitty sellout music that you found on the internet on like one of those royalty-free websites and like, oh, that'll work. That's the type of music is in this buddy cop movie. What?
I thought I was watching Dallas for a second.
Yeah.
I mean, it just doesn't...
It doesn't fit, and it's crap that doesn't fit.
What it seems like is there's about 10 different failed themes that they use because each one's thematic, just doesn't fit. So it's just god-awful. They also had a hard time marketing the film.
Oh, I wonder why.
Yeah, so they tried to pitch it as a buddy cop movie for a while. That didn't work.
Yeah.
The most used tagline was "This year's Lethal Weapon." Variety billed it as sort of a follow-up to Sharky's Machine.
Oh my God.
Sort of.
I mean,
it's got Burt Reynolds in it.
If we try really hard, we can stretch that theory. But
10 years removed, they asked Reynolds about this, and he said, "At this point in my career, I just picked up the phone.
Yeah,
anything that I was getting,
yeah,
I said yes to.
Yeah."
And this is one of the ones he said yes to. I imagine Liza Minnelli was probably in the same boat.
I would think so, for sure.
Yeah.
And in both of their defenses for choosing this, they are typecasted up until this point because Burt Reynolds is still like you're hiring him to be iconic 70s Burt Reynolds, mustache, tough guy, gum chewer, says charms the lady's pants off, and you're hiring her to be annoying, I guess.
Sure.
And do jazz hands.
But be an entertainer.
It wasn't until Boogie Nights that Burt got any sort of not Burt Reynolds role. And you can only do that Burt Reynolds shit for so long.
Yeah.
And eventually you just end up taking any job you can. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I would have.
if they called you up and said you have to make out with Liza Minnelli, you'd take it.
No. But if you notice, though, in a lot of the shots where she's trying to go in for the kiss, he's like putting his hand up like, nope.
He does not want to be there.
They don't want to kiss each other for
Yeah,
whatever reason.
right.
Like I feel like they've been there and done that.
Right.
And so there's a lot of like cutaways where they move in for the kiss and they're like, okay, haha, good to see you again. I'm going over to craft services.
I think she wants to be in this film. She's trying. It's crap.
It's crap.
But she's trying. He clearly does not want to be there. Like, I am doing this only for the money. It sucks. This is hell.
Yeah.
So.
At this point, is he married to Lonnie?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's got huge boobs back home.
This movie is probably one of the reasons that the show Evening Shade eventually happens.
Forgot about Evening Shade. How many seasons was that? 3 or 4?
3 or 4, I thought. But
Yeah.
the thing is that, like, yeah, he did his movie career because he was Brad Pitt. You know, Brad Pitt is him,
Yeah,
right?
right.
So his movie career did tank, but it was like, fine, I'll just do TV for a while.
Right.
And then he gets Boogie Nights and he's back.
Right. And then he does Driven, and then we're like, oh, God.
And then in the name of the king, a Dungeon Siege
Oh, yeah.
tale, where he's like,
yeah.
Jawas, what the hell is this picture about?
Jackie, let's pan back to you because we just don't want to talk about this movie and give more tribute to Burt. Which do you prefer? Because now a lot of ladies, as far as like handsomeness, prefer old Sean Connery to young Sean Connery. Is it the same with Burt Reynolds? Gray-haired Burt versus Smokey and the Bandit Burt?
I like Smokey and the Bandit Burt
All
better.
right.
Just because I like that real dark hair on him, the dark mustache. And his, I don't know, it's just like with Sean Connery, when he was younger, he didn't fill out like in the face. And it just seemed like he was like 5% body fat, which he was, right?
Right.
But then as he got older, like his features kind of filled out and softened, and that made him much more attractive to me.
Okay.
With Burt Reynolds, as he got older, he got leaner looking to me.
Yeah.
And so I guess I might be a fatty chaser.
Ooh.
Well, I mean,
Because I like the more filled out, softer features with the mustache and the dark hair and the hairiness, that he had. I posted this picture on Facebook the day that Burt Reynolds passed away, and it was a very iconic picture of him smoking a cigarette on a bare rug.
Yeah, that's from the Playgirl shoot that he did.
yeah.
And Facebook blocked it.
Whoa, too sexy for the Facebook. They can have fucking Alex Jones threatening the parents of children who were murdered, but fucking sexy Burt Reynolds too hot for Facebook.
Everyone's seen that picture 1,000 times.
Oh my God, that is so stupid.
Oh,
Yeah, Facebook
boy.
blocked my post after somebody commented on it, and then they were like, nope, too sexy for Facebook, and they made me take it down.
Literal Nazis, okay. Sexy Burt Reynolds, not okay. Jackie's banned from Zuckerberg puts the rubber stamp down.
Yeah.
He's like, I've had enough of this picture floating around the Facebook. And I kind of wonder who else that happened to, because I know that there were a couple other ladies that I'm friends with on the Facebook
Sure.
that had posted that picture as well, and I'm wondering if they got blocked as well.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
But
because
that's the Burt Reynolds that I think is just to die for. And he looks great in a cowboy hat in that pony.
Okay, we've gone far
he
enough.
looks great with a cowboy hat with the state of Florida in alligator skin.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Gator bait.
Sam, do you got anything else?
As far as the production, no. I do
Okay.
not.
Do you have anything else?
It was sort of a follow-up to Sharky's Machine.
No, it wasn't. Here we go. Rent-A-Cop. So
First off, terrible name.
Liza, well, sort of. Liza Minnelli plays a hooker by the name of Della, and she's
Sure.
not just your, I think she's not supposed to be your average streetwalker. She's like supposed to be the high-end lady, like Jennifer Garner and Catch Me If You Can. Like
She's a call girl.
Yeah, but she's good at the humpins.
Agency escort.
Yeah, right. So she's walking down the street on a way to a job in a hotel, and inside the hotel that she's going to just also happens to be a drug deal, I think, with gangs or like the mafia.
This seems like an odd hotel. It's got a lot of it's got a wide host of patrons.
like the mafia and hookers.
Yeah, but it's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's like the Ritz-Carlton.
It's like the Four Seasons,
Yeah.
only there's a drug deal going on.
Yeah.
She's there enough that she knows the doorman, or not the doorman, the counter guy.
Yeah, that's like her
Concierge.
her pit stop or her
Haunt?
haunt.
Yeah, it's her haunt.
Well, I was trying to tie it into more like a work related, like it's her.
It's the water cooler for her.
Well,
stopping
that's-
by the desk.
You
like,
take a
hey,
break.
Frank, I just wanted to let you know that I'm back in the hotel just in case my body shows up in the laundry chute
But
later.
that's where you take a break. This is more her bang cubicle.
Yeah.
So, anyways, she goes upstairs. She gets the key, but she can't read where she's supposed to meet the guy. So she knocks on a door, the wrong door, and inside happens to be James Remar.
James Remar.
Dexter's father and star of many shitty films.
Credible villain at this point because he was the bad guy in 48 Hours.
Yeah, well.
and he
48
has
Hours
terrible teeth.
was very well received.
Yes, it was. I hate that movie. Yeah, he doesn't have good teeth, the James Remar. But
No one in the 80s does.
Yeah.
He
good
looks like
point.
he was eating Jolly, like the red Jolly Ranchers.
watch more James Remar movies. His teeth always look like that. He's got bad teeth. The guy smokes 50 cigarettes a day.
Yeah, every movie up until they decided that smoking was bad. They all
Right.
have yellow teeth, and they're all smoking 10 cigarettes in between takes.
Yeah, him and,
And 5 during the take.
him and Betty Davis once gave each other mouth to mouth, and smoke came out of their ears.
And butts.
But
Doesn't even work.
so he's in there plotting a heist because he's super villain type level guy. He's gonna go in there and steal all the cash. Well, Burt and his team. Burt plays a guy named Tony. He's a cap.
Yep.
Tough cap.
Tony Church.
And we should mention that he on the way in busts
Mike Rooker.
Michael Rooker. What? Awesome, Michael Rooker. Oh, Michael Rooker's not actually going to be in this movie.
I feel like because of the heavy editing, Rooker's supposed to be a lookout for the drug deal.
That's what I thought too.
But there's no way to really, it's just a wild guess because all that happens on screen to the average viewer is like, hey, it's Mike Rooker. Hey, he's been arrested for standing there.
Bye, Mike Rooker.
See ya later.
Well, he had a shotgun on him.
Yeah.
That I guess the Burt's Tony sense or Tony's Burt sense went off and said, hey, that guy's got a shotgun under his trench coat. Let's get him. So he gets busted.
Yep.
They're like, all right, we know that this is the place for this drug deal. Let's send in our undercover look at hey guys, I know you're doing a drug deal, but
Yeah.
I'm just here to stand in the corner and radio the cops. Sure as shit, this is a drug deal, guys.
I didn't write down their like cover vehicle,
Uh-huh.
but it was like Sir Walters and then it said potatoes. I just remember the potatoes. It was like it should have been the name of a jewelry store, but then it said potatoes. It
Right.
didn't make any sense.
The Ritz-Carlton always needs late night deliveries of potatoes.
Potatoes,
Sam. It's
yeah.
a perfect cover van.
Yeah. And then they send half the team into the hotel and the other half across the street because I guess they're not sure which hotels actually got the drug deal.
Which one Michael Rooker was staring at?
Yeah, like, you guys go over there just in case we've got bad intel. Just go across the street.
So she's upstairs with her John. James Remar slams the door in her face, and she's like, okay, I guess it's number 339. Jazz hands down the hallway.
Yep.
And
Why do you do that so well?
because I also like to dance.
Because he used to wear his grandmother's clothing and pretend to be Liza Minnelli
Yeah.
until he was 27.
Toss the feather bow around my neck and, sing Carmen Merengue. Or
Carmen Merengue?
Yeah, but that's the second time I've done that.
Lemon
joke.
meringue.
And that's the exact same response
Yeah.
you had last time.
Sure, I don't know what else to do with it. It's Carmen Miranda. She could sing and dance.
So she finds her John, and weirdly, 30 years before it happens on television, it's fucking Buster in there from Arrested Development.
Yeah?
Not even close to anybody but Buster.
No, but they're closer. They're in similar age at this point.
Right.
Sort of like a time machine to their true love.
Yeah.
The magic place.
And I guess he's into it now because he's also weird like Buster because he's into freaky deaky shit. Not like
Sort of.
not
No.
like butts. He pays her to pretend that he is the big bad wolf and she's Little Red Riding Hood.
Yeah,
That's pretty freaky.
that's moderately freaky.
That's not something
but
I do.
It's not like he had like the props and he made her dress up or anything. He just was trying to spice it up a little. I mean, this is probably his
Spice it up with a hooker?
dude, this is probably like her regular Tuesday night call for this dude. Like, oh, it's you again. Hey, because she walks in, she acts like she recognizes him.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
this is,
I think they have a relationship.
yeah, this is an every Tuesday thing. And she's like, oh, okay, he's got his pajamas on. Today is Little Red Riding Hood Day.
Yep.
Well, it makes me grow a big rubbery one, that's for sure.
What?
It's not hot. It's not hot.
Okay.
I mean,
Well, now I know. I won't be.
maybe if you get, somebody, I don't know, like ScarJo in there to be sexy prostitute, but it's Liza Minnelli wearing your grandma's lingerie.
Yep.
And it's... Ugh.
And we can see her underwear.
Oh, my God.
They have a full frontal crotch shot of her.
So the cops come in. They go in full throttle. They're like, time to bust this shit. And they're arresting the guys in the hotel room. Well, James Remar is like, oh, yeah, he suits up into like his villain outfit, which is basically just motorcycle gear, I think.
Yeah, it's the bad guy. It's the costume from The Exterminator, 1980.
Oh, yeah. Oh, everybody knows that.
Yeah,
I
but
thought
they put an antenna on it too. Like he's got a switch. He's very Batman villain.
He is very much.
He's got a super suit that will never really be defined all the way.
It's bulletproof.
It's bulletproof.
And flashbang proof because it's got the visor from his motorcycle helmet. And he's got flashbangs. He's got 2 weapons, flashbangs, and an unlimited bullet Uzi.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's good at this.
Yeah, he looks cool. It's a good villain. I like this. At this point in time, I'm like, okay, I can deal with Liza Minnelli for a little while. She can't be in this movie that much, right?
Yeah.
This James Remar villain's pretty fucking cool.
He is.
So I'm still on board here. So he comes in, tosses a flashbang, everybody's blinded, and just starts mowing down cops and bad guys.
Yeah, he kills everybody but Burt Reynolds because Burt uses his best friend as a human shield.
Yeah.
No, that guy was out back. He comes up the
He
stairs
was already
later.
dead. He would have wanted me to use him as a human shield.
He hated his
He
wife.
even said so. He's like, I want you to use me as a human shield, Burt.
If I'm ever dead, guys, and you need a human shield, I'll do it.
Okay.
Thanks.
If I'm still alive, go fuck yourselves.
Yeah.
Use you as a human shield.
I don't know if you use me. I'm getting a little hefty. I'd be tough to move. Sure, the bullets aren't going to make it through, but you got to pick me up first. And I don't know.
Again.
Just lay on the other side of him.
Which makes me wonder, is it possible for somebody to be so fat that if they get shot, like with a like a low caliber bullet, would it be possible that it just gets lodged in the fat and you're
25.
fine?
I thought that's happened before with 25 cal and 22s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say 22. Like, how
Well, it has to be
fat do you have
possible.
to be?
Yeah, especially because if you've ever looked at somebody shoot ballistic gelatin, and those don't go very far in, especially if they're hollow point.
Yeah, what's the limit? Are we
Who's
talking
to
like
say?
600-700 pounds or?
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Perk. All the hamburgers you can stand up until the point you're 40 and die. But hey, you're bulletproof.
Unless somebody's got a 357, then you're still
Then
fucked.
you're fucked. But those hamburgers.
Yeah.
So he's got the money now. He's busting his way out. He goes through, what are those called in hotel rooms where you have the joint rooms and there's a door in between them? It's called something.
Adjoining rooms.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Yeah.
So he punches his way through that, which I guess goes into the bang room of Liza Minnelli, which was room 339, and he's in 334. I'm confused.
No, he went
was
from
in
334 to 338. They're actually across. I can't tell what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
Or she just runs out because she's like, oh, people are getting shot.
No, he comes in there, busts through the wall, and he goes to shoot her, but ends up shooting Buster in the chest.
That's right.
And she runs out the door into the arms of Burt Reynolds. He's like, who the fuck are you? Get the fuck out of my face, dancer lady. And he shoots at James Remar, but he's bulletproof. And James Remar goes downstairs and blows away the hotel manager and leaves.
And this is when I was kind of excited because I thought, oh my God, he shot her already. I don't have to watch her for the rest of this movie. And I'm thinking, yeah, come on, Bert. And then she's still alive.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, God, fuck. Maybe he'll kill her later.
Yeah.
Maybe.
She's like,
Well.
she's like that friend that you're like, oh, yeah, we're more of acquaintances than friends. But they call you every day, and then they show up when you post things on Facebook like, hey, at Art in the Park. And then all of a sudden they're there too. And
I believe that I gave you a window for your hate speech at the beginning of this episode and to cut it off after then. And here you still are breaking all the rules.
hey, that woman.
We're now firmly entrenched into the Love Liza section of the program.
Fine. Jazz hands.
So the next day, Tony goes into Cop HQ, and the commander in charge there's like, you're fucking loose cannon bullshit, blah, blah, blah. Show me your gun and your badge. You're out of here.
He doesn't even do that. He just makes coffee. Burt Reynolds is like, yeah, I'm doing an impression of myself. Here's my wallet, you fuck. And he throws it on his desk and leaves. Keeps his gun.
Yeah, right. And then assaults his boss on the way out. Like,
with super strength.
yeah, he gets fucking hot, man. He is mad as shit and ends up getting fired. Like, he was just suspended for pulling this operation where all of, like, 5 cops died, which really, honestly, is not his fault. Other than arresting just Michael Rooker for being standing there, but it turns out he was breaking the law with a shotgun under his jacket. I would say this is a pretty by-the-book mission with unpredictable variable that nobody could predict James Remar coming in with a fucking flashbang.
That there was going to be a Batman villain.
Right.
He's a fucking Batman villain.
You're suspended.
Yeah.
What did I do?
You're up shit creek without a paddle, you son of a bitch. Oh, shit went sideways on you.
I think the general rule is if your buddy gets killed,
oh, yeah.
you get some time off.
No, you do, but he is suspended. He's in trouble. Well, we find out later, we'll just address it now, that because he was the only one that didn't get shot, the commander thinks he's on the take.
Yeah.
Like he was a mole of some sort.
Actually, the commander says out loud that he thinks everyone's on the take.
Yeah, right.
All you cops are dirty. You better put that money back that you stole.
You're a cop.
He's just a dickhead.
If we're all dirty, you're dirty too, asshole. You're a cop.
Yeah, and then I guess he puts Bernie Casey, who's up until this one moment, for a very short period of time, Church's partner.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's in. He might be the connection to Sharky's Machine. Why this is sort of like it, right?
Yeah.
I think Bernie Casey's in Sharky's Machine too. He's going to be like staking him out for the rest of the time. Like,
right.
He's on the take so bad that we have to keep watching him after he's fired because he can't be on the take anymore if he's not a cop.
Correct.
And it's been like 3-4 months.
It has been some time since he has been fired. He
watches some people kiss and he takes a car ride 3 months later.
Correct.
Only explained by dialogue.
But during that period, Della is on her way to another bang cubicle. And while she's there or getting in the car, James Remar has equipped his arm with a Wolverine arm, but it's only a single blade.
It's the RoboCop spike.
RoboCop had a spike? I don't remember that part.
Yeah, but it was supposed to be for like information gathering. It was like R2's deal.
Yeah.
But then he uses it to kill people later.
I said all the trash compactors on the detention level.
Yeah, and I don't remember. RoboCop's after this, right? So RoboCop has James Remar's spike.
Yeah. Right,
Yeah.
no kidding.
Yeah.
Isn't there a Marvel villain that has just the one spike? Like one of Wolverine's, like, it's not Lady Deathstrike.
No, but the X-23 has two.
X-23. Yeah, that's one.
But she has on her feet, too.
Right. Oh, that's true. So he stabs her in the back, and you're like, woohoo!
Yeah, he's like,
Didn't finish the
take
job.
it. And you're like, oh, sweet. Liza Minnelli is dead again. Thanks.
I think she's dead.
Yeah, I don't think that the hole that big that they're going to be able to do anything about.
It's a big spike, and it's in her back, and he's a killer, we find out. He's good at killing people. I don't think he misses, and either way, she falls into the lap of a John, who then makes out with her face because he's like, yeah, let's get this on, baby. And she's not near a hospital.
Yeah.
She's not, like, I guess she's in a car, so he could be like, go drive to the hospital, but
He saved her
it's a stretch.
because he plugged the hole
With
his wiener.
Oh, I would have just thrown her out of the car.
that joke is below the belt.
Unless he stabbed her above it.
Little Spinal Tap.
Yeah. Something smells like penis. Oh, it's because I'm breathing and there's one in my lungs right now.
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a few months now. Tony Church, he's working as a mall Santa.
Sure.
Inside of Sears or whatever.
I think he's security.
Yeah, he's security.
It
But
seems like he's also a mall Santa.
He is. I think he's taking it. I think he's freelancing. He's taking his job too seriously, and he's in disguise as Santa, so that the criminals won't know. But he's about to pounce on them with the fury of Tony Church.
Okay, all right. He could just be a shopper. Like, I mean, that's a pretty good disguise,
Well, I
too.
think if you see Burt Reynolds in a bear sweater walking around Macy's, you're like, I'm not going to steal shit just in case he's the security guard.
Well, then you're doing your job. You're crime prevention, not crime busting.
You can't shoot people from preventing crime.
Oh, so he's there to murder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
like,
he's
you
a-
stole something, the penalty is death.
He doesn't care about the crime
He has
at
a
all.
he has a 1911 Colt. He's ready to kill people
in his
at
Santa suit.
Macy's.
Yes, he is.
Merry Christmas, motherfucker.
I
Yeah.
hope he's a good shot because there's fucking children there.
There's children everywhere.
He was going to shoot that one kid. I'm almost sure.
But
of it.
that kid sucked, Jackie. I mean, he deserved it.
You're not even the real Santa. And then he kicks him and he's like, get out of here, you little shit.
I'm packing heat, Buster.
Yeah.
You should have glocked him.
What did you
Isn't
want?
that what they call it when they hit you with the gun? Glock you?
Sure, why not?
No.
Okay.
Should have glocked that little
They
kid.
call. Mm-hmm. I can't even make fun of that. Yeah.
You have reached a point in comedy where you can't reach
Okay, well,
where you can't make fun of
They
Jackie.
call that the old Jello sack. No, I don't know. Why would we call it that?
So Della finds him. She's okay. And I think that she has assumed an alternate identity. because
Cruella
she's-
DeVille.
Yeah, right. She's scared of James Remar still coming after her and killing her. So she wants to hire him. She's been looking for him this whole time.
Yeah.
Tracked him down to the Sears and wants to hire him to find James Remar and also be her personal bodyguard, I guess. And
She
by
wants-
bodyguard, I mean Whitney Houston, Kevin Costner style bodyguard.
Which was after this.
Right, that leads to the same conclusion.
Burt Reynolds like, pass.
But you can't run a cop for love.
Liza Minnelli singing versions of Dolly Parton songs in the credits. You know, she's not Dolly Parton or Whitney
No,
Houston.
she's not.
It's not Bette Midler, that's for fucking sure. So he's like, fuck, get away from me, you psychopath. But sure shit, there is a shoplifter in there who he dive tackles in his Santa suit into a Christmas tree, ruining Christmas for all the children.
Yes.
And then this is really strange because they both stand up. It seems like Santa got the worst end of the
Yeah.
dive tackle, but they both stand up and then Church punches him in the face and the guy is completely unfazed.
No, he doesn't. He's like, oh, fuck, you got Santa gloves on.
Oh, that's what it is.
I
That's
don't
going to be
know.
our excuse to be like Burt Reynolds can't punch a guy.
Yeah, it seems in the shot his nose is all red.
Not really.
Huh.
The guy just looks at him like,
He pulls out a knife.
I got a knife, dude. You brought a fist to a knife fight.
Yeah.
Oh, you brought a knife to a gunfight
Yeah,
instead. Because
instead.
Church pulls his gun and he's like, you're under arrest, Buster.
And then he glocks that kid.
and then
Fuck's the kid.
and then Macy's management is like, you guys have escalated too far. You're both fired.
Yeah, right.
Like, I'm a thief. I don't even work here. Fired. So they go home.
Yeah, that's it. You can't arrest him.
No.
This is Santa.
No, you can't.
So after a while, he begrudgingly accepts Della's offer because now he doesn't have a Santa gunman job.
He's lost the authority of the North Pole.
Yeah. The elves took his gun and his badge.
Yeah. We're revoking your right to kick people's ass in Macy's.
Do they even have that anymore?
Santa
No.
or mall Santas?
No, like security people that walk around stores.
Observe and report.
Yeah.
They don't
Yeah.
try to stop you. They just catch you on camera and send the police who won't do anything.
Unless you're the finest mall cop of all time. Paul Blart
Paul
2.
Blart.
Not just Paul Blart 2.
Oh.
Because that one's actually kind of funny, but the first one sucks. Yes,
Yeah.
I said that. Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 is
Was
kind of
kinda
funny, so go
funny,
fuck
yeah.
yourself, internet. It's not that crap. It's crap, but it's not
crap.
that crap. So that night, she is on her way to his place. She's paranoid. She pulls a gun on a guy on the train tracks. It's just one that asked her the time, I guess. But she gets to Burt Reynolds' place. And is she there to do work, or is she there to do work?
I think she's there because she just wants to sleep on his couch.
Or on his face?
On the couch.
Everybody wants to sleep on Burt Reynolds' face. That's why he doesn't have cats.
Huh. Okay. So he's like, he doesn't even question why she's there. He's like, yeah, whatever. I'm watching a movie. And she's just being fucking annoying as shit.
Just
So
not.
bad.
She starts talking and doesn't stop until she doesn't stop when the credits roll.
Yeah.
She's talking over the credits at the end of the movie. She's talking over scenes that she's not even in. Why won't she stop talking?
Oh, look, you got a picture on the wall.
Yeah.
Oh, it's of you as a football man. Oh, you're so handsome. What's the number here on your chest? Is it 46 for the year or for your number? And he's like, my number.
He's like, yeah, they put the year of things on you. That's easy to designate you between everybody else wearing the same thing. Obviously, you're not a bowler.
Yeah, right. And then she goes, changes her clothes, comes back in, gets all comfortable. She's like on the couch with them, like, oh, we're going to watch a movie. At no point does he go, leave.
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
Well, he does tell her that she's getting annoying. And then she's like, so where am I going to sleep? And he's like, at your house.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out. And she fake cries on him. And he's like, fine. I really need this $1,500.
Which is clear that she's fake crying. Oh, this scene is so awful. It is so awful. Here's your Razzie right here. It doesn't matter what happens for the rest of the movie. It doesn't matter what movies this is up against. This is the Razzie.
This is where she wins it. But that's okay because she maintains this fervor and momentum throughout the rest of the picture.
It's awful.
But she's doing it.
She is doing it.
And you know what? If her character is supposed to be the most annoying person on the planet,
Right.
she nailed it.
Yep.
Nailed
Can't
it.
get worse than that. He goes down to the cops who were staking out his house and gets in the back and he's like, so what's up? And they eventually divulge to him that they're staking him out because the commander thinks that he's on the take.
He's like, I can't be on the take. I'm not a cop anymore.
Doesn't make sense, guys. What are you doing here? I'm just following orders, man.
Yeah. And Bernie Case is like, well, I'm outside your house so that you can come visit me. I'm not going to argue with this assignment. So they get drunk.
Right, pretty much.
That's what I would have done. Like, oh, you want me to go watch my best friend? Sweet.
Donuts and whiskey.
Yep.
Num, num, num. The next day, he...
Would that give you diarrhea, do you think?
Oh, I'm certain it would.
Everything gives me diarrhea, so yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Stiff, small breeze, diarrhea.
The next day, he loses the cops on the way back to the hotel. It's like a mini car chase, which is not really that interesting. Because they're going to go back to the hotel, and she's going to walk him through everything that happened the night that James Remar blew everybody away.
She's going to do what she should have done to him the night of the investigation.
Correct.
And
right.
the incident.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what happened after James Remar left. It's like everybody just went home, and like the hotel owners, like, are you guys even going to put up that yellow tape that says
No.
cop crime scene thing?
Yeah.
And they're like, what?
No,
What is
Bernie
that?
Casey shows up. He's like, oh, shit, that looks fucked up. And Burt Reynolds is like,
Let's go home.
yup. The night manager comes up and he's like, the concierge is dead. And he's like, yep, this was a total pooch screw. We'll see you later.
So he makes her walk him through everything, and she throws a wall-eyed fit because there's like, she's traumatized, but also it keeps reminding her of her former life because I guess she's not a hooker anymore.
She's clean 7 days or something.
Yeah, for the sake of falling in love with him and blah, 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 blah.
Because that's what I would
It also
do.
makes her Cruella de Vil costume more convincing
Yeah.
Yes.
when you're not hooking in it.
But eventually they put it together that the face she saw behind the door in room 334 was the same guy that stabbed her in the back, James Remar.
Yeah. Master of disguise, Batman villain.
Yeah. He's like, all right, let's go get a hot dog. So they go get dick dogs.
And then she's pissed about it. She's like, "You fucking hot dogs?" He's like, "We're at a hot dog stand. What did you think I was gonna get you?" Fuck.
Fish and chips.
Maybe they have it there, but I would expect a hot dog.
Yeah, I'd expect a dick dog.
Yeah.
It says Polish sausage in giant letters. Sign me up.
There was a painting of a hot dog on the side of the building. It was not a mystery.
What should we get? What should we get? What should we get? But his old contact, who I'm going to call 8K, because he makes $8,000 a month working this new job that he's trying to get Tony involved in.
Encino Man's dad.
Yeah, Encino Man's dad. Well, kind of. Encino's man's dad was actually a caveman.
He's a caveman. No, so Dave's dad.
Yeah. He pulls up outside the hot dog stand. He's like, "Hey, you still thinking about that $8,000 a month job?" And Burt Reynolds is like, yeah. And goes back to the car, and she's like, "I know that guy. He is a hooker liker. He likes the hookers."
Yep. He's gonna get married to one.
He's marrying a hooker?
Yeah,
she
he's
says
marrying
that.
Molly.
Dude, if there's one thing I know in life, it's you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. Boom shakalaka.
Boo, sir.
I'm
I
just
really
saying.
wish you wouldn't air our personal life on this show.
So yeah, she knows him from hooking, and she went to a party where he was at that was put together where like all of the hookers that she works with had to go, and it was filled with ex-cops.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean,
clue.
I think that there's like it's like unspoken, but the only thing that gets along better than peas and carrots is cops and hookers.
Yeah, well, true.
They put on a show, right?
And Andrew McCarthy. He loved that hooker. in that one movie.
What?
St. Elmo's Fire. You guys
St.
don't
Elmo's
remember
Fire,
that
yeah,
from 3 weeks ago?
That was more of a platonic thing. They were best friends.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Even though she thought he had the AIDS.
Yep, she did.
Horrible. We'll get back to St. Elmo's Fire later in this episode, believe it or not. So cut to Remar. I don't even know
This
what
is
we're cutting
when
to.
he becomes all the way Batman villain.
Yeah.
Because now we find out that he actually has a Batman villain name,
Dancer, and he is dancing.
He has got his shirt off. He's sweating. He's got 3 mirrors, and he's saying, "Eat shit, Liza Minnelli."
He's doing the zipper dance.
I don't know what he's doing, but there's some pirouettes.
It's the zipper dance. It's spinning zipper dance.
Yeah.
It's
What,
awesome.
what the hell is a zipper dance?
You make a Z with both of your arms. So you start with your arms in front and you shake your butt from side to side, and then you shift your right arm behind your back and then bring it back, and then you shift your left arm behind your back. So you're making a Z pattern while you're shaking your butt. It's the zipper dance.
I did not know that.
I did not know that either.
Man, you guys need to catch up.
I just thought you were just making up random names for dancing.
That's what he's doing is the zipper dance in 1987, which didn't become a thing that I know until we had the fucking internet and old people started doing the zipper dance. And it was like, look at that old person shaking their ass.
Huh.
Huh. Well, he's sweating his ass off, that's for sure.
It's weird and awesome.
Uh-huh.
Like, has no place in this film. Cut to the main villain doing the zipper dance in the mirror. Like, it's one thing when you cut to Buffalo Bob and he gives himself a nice mangina and is like, check my fucking sexy shit out.
Sure.
If only I had a skin suit with some tits on it.
Yeah.
That's one thing. This does not fit.
No.
If the skin suit doesn't fit, you must have quit.
You just say things. You just
That
say
one's a
things.
good one, though. I like that.
That's from a different movie.
They shouldn't have shot him, so they could have had that in the sequel. Like, put it on. It doesn't fit. Not the guy. It's not the guy.
Johnny Cochran could have got Buffalo Bob off. No sweat. And probably still made out with Jodie Foster while he was doing it.
Why not?
Johnny Cochran's the man.
Johnny Cochran isn't. She would have acted like Nell just because he asked, which is weird. It's weirder than the Red Riding Hood thing, I think.
Okay, so 8K comes in, and he's like, hey, I got another thing for you. I'm working for this guy, the guy we're all working for, that hasn't been disclosed as the villain yet, but he wants you to kill Liza Minnelli.
No.
And he's like, dude, I've been trying, but
Yeah.
you're going to have to pay me more money, and I don't fucking know
No,
what's
see,
going
this
on.
is a labor dispute.
Okay.
He's been working the whole time.
Uh-huh.
he stole the money and the drugs so that the guy could have both the money and the drugs, but he hasn't given either one of them to him because he wants a bigger cut.
Okay, I see.
And he's having a hard time killing Liza Minnelli. And 8K has showed up, Dave's dad, and he's like, okay, this is the deal. Just kill her and then give us the shit back and you'll get 10 cents on every dollar. And he's like, nope, quarter on the dollar.
Why does the main head dude of this mafia ring want Liza Minnelli dead? Like, that's not his concern. That's Dancer's concern because she's the only witness that saw Dancer.
The only guy that works for him who isn't a completely incompetent lipstick is Dancer. So he needs to keep him on board. So he's worried about his star employee.
But it's like, kill that lady.
Do your job better and stop asking for too much money. And he's like, no. And they're like, okay, I guess we're at a difference of opinion again. Reset button. So 8K goes to the bathroom because he doesn't want to get shot.
Yeah, I guess.
Do you think that they have an employee of the month wall at this mansion?
No.
Okay.
Mansion? What mansion?
The
bad guy from Taipan's mansion.
Yeah.
What bad guy from Taipei? You guys are jumping all over the place discussing things that haven't been discussed yet.
So
the mafia,
sure.
Jackie.
Yeah.
You think the mafia has an employee of the month? Yeah. His name is the Dawn. I mean, have you seen Godfather? Fucking Brando's going to give it to himself every fucking time.
That's a dick move.
It's Brando. What's he
Hey.
going to do? Be like, nice job there, Pacino. He's fucking Brando.
No, he what he does is, everybody thinks he drops hints around every month and they're like, it's going to be me. It's the cook every time.
The cook is the employee of the month.
Yeah, did you see how much they eat in those fucking
Did
movies?
you see the size of Marlon Brando? He is bulletproof.
They're always eating this huge meal.
Later, he would have a really little guy on an island, and that little guy was employee of the month every time.
And then the cook once a year.
Until the cook cooked the little guy and served it to Brando, and Brando was like,
Dual threat.
because he was so big at that point, that's all he could say.
he came up with a new award called Employee of the Yum.
It was my friend. My only friend. The only other person here is Val Kilmer. And fuck Val Kilmer. Okay. We really are just going all over the place, not wanting to talk about Rent-A-Cop. So Tony and Della sneak back into the police HQ to get the records of all these ex-cops that she knows. And he's like, get all the records of the last cops that have been fired for the last 3 years or whatever. And there's a sequence in the records room with the commander where he sexually harasses her, big deal. But they eventually get the records, go back to her place or his place, wherever place, sort through them all. And she's like, that's the guy. They find James Remar, codename Dancer. So now they got his info. And they find out that he's a super, he's a real bad cop. He was killing suspects, killing old people, killing kids, killing other cops that came to arrest him, and he got away and they never found him.
Uh-huh.
Well, meanwhile, while they're talking about Dancer, he's across the street lining up Lee Harvey Oswald to blow her away while she's fucking shaking her biscuits around to fucking Johnny Mathis or something, and he misses.
Yeah, he's just not good at the sharpshooting. He's better with blades, I'm guessing.
Huh.
Up close and personal killer.
Yeah.
It's not like a distraction happened or like even that Burt Reynolds pulled her away at the last minute. I mean, that's what the film implies, but you see the shot and her back is still facing the fucking window. He just missed.
It was he didn't even hit I think he hit the TV.
Which needed to die because that thing was a piece of crap.
Okay, that's where you're going.
Yeah.
That's what we're commenting on this film that was a piece of crap was the TV.
Burt
If
Reynolds.
it hadn't been for the TV, this would have been an A-list movie.
Well, yeah.
I wouldn't date Burt Reynolds' character. He doesn't have a console that's 3 inches larger than that TV that he was looking at.
It's 1987. We barely had TVs, Jackie.
I barely had TVs.
I barely had a TV.
That's because you grew up in the sticks,
Yeah,
weirdo.
all right, whatever.
We in '87 we had a fairly nice sized TV for the time, And
Let me ask you this. At the time, was your dad working as a mall cop and then getting fired for it?
no,
Yeah, so,
He's eating popcorn and beer for dinner.
yeah.
he's going to have the shits. I don't know why this keeps coming up for me today.
Because it's you.
It's like, oh,
That's your thing is poop.
I don't know.
Poop and chest hair and balls.
Which this movie's got all of.
I love this movie. I just definitely do.
This movie has a talking turd that wears a lot of sequins.
All right, so the next day, they ditch the cops again with caltrops. I don't know where she fucking gets caltrops because you can't just go buy those. You have to make them. And they go to find her friend who is her pimp, basically.
Sure,
Her
the madam.
Madam. Her, what was that big famous lady that just got busted a few years ago? The big L.A. hooker to the stars.
Few years ago, like when this movie was made.
Oh, was that in the 80s?
Yeah.
I thought it was just a couple years ago. Maybe I watched a documentary a couple years ago. Anyways, it's fucking Dionne Warwick.
Yeah.
How about that?
Oh, this scared the hell out of me, those two standing together. Oh, my God.
What is your problem with Dionne Warwick?
I had no problem with
She
Dionne
looks
Warwick.
like a skeleton. She looks scary to me.
Okay.
Like, her face is all, like, tight, and you see, like, all of the bones in her face, and, like, her lips don't move, but she's talking. And then the only time you can see her lips moving when she's talking is when they're like close up on her face because her lips are so thin. And it's like a skeleton talking to you. Like you go to the funeral and it's laying there in the casket and then it's like, hi, have you been a good little boy? And it scares
That's what happens at funerals.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I just,
Not to mention you go to a funeral and there's a skeleton
Yep.
in there? I don't...
When does the skeleton start dancing? What kind of a funeral are we at here?
shut up, you two.
Weird.
She's just scary. She's a very scary looking woman to me. I do
think
not
she's
like
fine.
her.
I don't think she's hot, but I think she looks like a normal human being.
I don't think she looks like a normal human being.
I think
she has an alien head.
I think her psychic connection bullshit is pretty fucking dumb, but
That's exactly what it is. Alien head.
okay. All right. Well, she gives her a list of cops that were John's, I guess, and like at the top of this cop John food chain is Abe Froman, the Sausage King of Chicago.
Yeah.
What Alexander? He's like the dope guy of
Alexander.
Chicago. Yeah.
Hailstorm.
He's the head of the mafia in
He's
Chicago.
the bad
I guess.
guy from Taipan.
Yeah, right. So they go to his house party. Her and Tony, like they just show up. Like, hey, house party, huh? All right, well, we'll fit in. Good thing we're wearing formal attire for this unplanned scene.
Yeah.
There's no like transition from,
No.
hey, he's the top of the mafia. The next scene is they're inside of his house at a house party.
This is also the Liza Minnelli boob show.
Ugh.
She's not wearing a bra.
Yeah.
She's doing what she can to shake him free. And the dress is saying, no one wants that, Liza. I'm staying put.
Yeah, she asked the head of the mafia to dance, Alexander, and while Tony goes and snoops around in his villain room, wherever.
Where he has a box with 4 files in it.
Yeah, I don't even know if he gets any info here.
No, he doesn't.
He gets spotted because she can't distract Alexander long enough, and he's like, yeah, I was just looking for the bathroom. And he's like, okay, well, it's downstairs, and
Sure.
Oh my God, I gotta punch my way out of here.
He does. He gets downstairs and one of the dirty cops is like, hey, that's Tony Church.
Yeah.
And then the mafia boss is like, you know, he's been here for like 3 hours, right? Just spotted him. Fuck.
How did he even get in here? How did he know we were having a house party?
Yeah.
Who is responsible?
Who invited this guy?
What is going on in my house?
This is why I have to pay this dancer asshole so much money is because of the
Right.
rest of you people.
I mean, where's his security detail?
That was them.
Yep.
And they didn't do a good job. They got beat up by Burt Reynolds and he made off into the bushes.
So he's like, okay, well, I guess my fucking security guy, my guys suck. Let's call Dancer. I want him to put an end to this. I've been betrayed. And he makes the connection that that it was Dionne Warwick that gave info to these
Sure.
guys, and so he hires Dancer to do his arm knife thing into Dionne Warwick, and she's not in the movie anymore.
Nope, she's
Oh,
dead.
thank God.
This one works.
Yeah. Back at Tony's.
No one plugged her lung hole with a penis.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted
They
to.
plugged her lung hole with a knife arm. Back at Tony's, they're falling in love, and it sucks. And it's
Are they falling in
uncomfortable.
love,
Yeah,
or is he
it's
just
the bathtub thing?
Yeah.
And they look longingly into each other's eyes before they gently kiss.
almost?
They never kissed.
Yeah, she got wet, kind of, and then he left.
Ugh.
And then Burt Reynolds comes out of the bathroom with this brown bathrobe on, and that is the exact same bathrobe that my dad had when we were growing up.
Cool.
I'm just saying, my dad has a famous bathrobe.
Where everyone has the Sears catalog
Yeah,
bathrobe.
yeah.
Yep,
It wasn't like it was an uncommon bathrobe.
Oh.
I've got the same bathrobe upstairs. It's just blue. And it was Sam's dad's. Why do I have Sam's dad's bathrobe? Don't ask, listener. Weird story. So he gets a call to meet 8K.
Yeah.
And he goes down to the bar and he tells him that he knows that he's dirty.
Sure.
And 8K's like, okay, well, fine. I guess now that you know, I was actually paid to kill you, but I can't.
We can't do it. I like you too much, even though we're barely friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because,
I'm really shitty at my job being a dirty cop.
Hey, let's go get a drink.
Yep. Let's get drunk.
so Burt Reynolds convinces him, or Tony convinces him to testify on the stand about Dancer and this whole
Sure.
mob chain up the whole thing. Well, that's case closed, right?
Yeah.
Of course not.
No.
8K's fucking dead immediately by...
Liza Minnelli calls Burt Reynolds. He has to go answer the phone. Comes back. Dead friend.
Dead from knife arm. In the throat.
In the throat, yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's going to be like, fuck, who's going to pay for these drinks? He starts digging through his pockets like, fuck this
I
guy.
should have asked Liza Minnelli for money up front. I'm out of cash from my Santa Mauled gig.
Yeah.
Put it on my tab. Run!
Mm.
Yeah. So Della, while she what causes her to call Burt is that she hears that Dionne Warwick was dead.
Yeah.
And she's got to go back to Dionne Warwick's place and clean out the computer because it's got the list of all the hookers in there.
And if they get that, then they'll know
Who the hookers are.
who the hookers are.
But it's just an excuse because
Sure.
while she's on the computer, she manages to get a location on where Dancer hangs out, which is the Gargoyle Club. Like, I guess she just has it in her database, Dionne Warwick's John database.
Yeah.
Which in 1987, do fucking madams have computers filled with John's home addresses and like likes? No, they just have a fucking ledger, right?
Yeah, but at the same time, a computer at that point may as well just be a ledger.
Yeah,
so.
it just is expediting the film. So they go into the Gargoyle Club to get him.
She should have seen it coming.
Right. She should have seen it coming. She's such a good goddamn psychic.
Ah.
I was just like, it's the wave of the future. I can predict this shit. I'm going to put my money on Apple stocks.
Oh, I got stabbed in the back. I can't. I should have been paying attention to my own.
I can only see things in front of me. I don't look to the past. I don't look back. Okay, sorry. Oh, there's some good psychic jokes in there.
Okay, was there?
Shut up or I'll glock you.
Okay. Old Jello bag. That'll get him.
The cops are involved now, and they're cool with sending in Della with a wire to like go in and spot
Now they're
Dancer and then
sort
be
of-
like, he's here, shoot him.
No, that's just his buddy, and he made the new guy get it. So this is off the radar.
Yeah.
Sure, but like, what's the plan?
He can hear her.
Cool. Why doesn't he go in there?
They already had secret communication devices before. Why do they need this? Because in the last scene at the party, they have pens that are walkie-talkies.
Right. What is going on? But like, why doesn't Burt Reynolds just go in there? Because I don't even think Dancer really knows. Like, he's not out to kill Burt Reynolds. He's out to kill Liza Minnelli's character. And you send Liza Minnelli's character in there to be the fucking spotter?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any goddamn sense.
It does.
Oh?
Because if you don't, she's going to move in with you.
It's like, I got to get rid of this bitch.
Well, she does spot him. He's on the dance floor like Saturday Night Fever style. The entire room is cleared except for him and his dance partner while everybody stares at him because that's the actual thing that happens at dance clubs. And she's like, oh, fuck this. I'm taking law into my own hands. And she's going to blast him.
And then some guy in a dress takes her hat because he likes it.
He takes her muff.
And then she drops her gun.
Hand muff, Justin. Hand muff.
Oh, it's a hand muff.
Oh,
yeah, that's what they're called.
Okay.
Close one.
He takes her and then gives it back.
He's like, oh, this thing is, no.
So she doesn't have a gun, and she gets nabbed by Dancer, who then throws her outside and into his fucking bitchin' van, mind you. And Burt Reynolds can't get there in time fast enough.
No, he's got a Regal. And he walks slow.
He had to go through the different phases of the club, right? And his favorite one was hit me with your nightstick. And then move through to techno flexing guys.
Right.
Yeah.
And then to this 70s dance competition in the back.
He's also still just psychologically and emotionally vexed on whether he should let James Remar kill her.
Yeah, right.
He's like,
he's already got the 1500.
Does he?
Yeah, he took it up front.
Okay.
And she hasn't left his apartment in a week.
Right.
So what do you do?
Well, either way, he chases after him, gets driven off the road, and ends up stealing some lady's Mercedes to chase after him again. I don't know how this really works out.
So the lady decided to wave him by, and then they both spin out, and then she starts yelling at him, and then he takes her car.
Right. And Dancer is bringing Della to Alexander's house for unknown reasons. I guess to like proof of murder. But again, just get the job done. You're the one that goes to jail if she is the living witness, not Alexander.
Well, now she's witnessed everybody. She knows.
Well, yeah, I know, but like, so now's the time, dude.
Well, no,
like, it doesn't matter who
It's
sees.
still just a labor dispute.
No, it's so stupid.
He
It's
wants
gonna
more
be
money.
a prison dispute here pretty soon.
Well, everybody will be in prison, not just him.
It's gonna be a dead pursuit at the end of this.
Yeah,
of course,
he's doing the hand grenade negotiations. All right, we're all going to go in that case.
So inside, his men are like, fuck this labor dispute, kill him. But he just like dive downs, everybody misses, and he blows them all away.
And he's got a super suit.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
got a helmet and some pockets.
Yeah. I guess he put that on in the van while he was driving there.
Sure.
Huh.
He was like, Liza, take the wheel. Then he looked at her and he was like, you know what? Let go of the wheel. Just let this van drift into a sweet, beautiful death.
You don't stop talking, do you? God. How long does it take to murder this woman?
Hold on, we're turning around. I'm giving you back to Burt Reynolds.
It's not worth it. Put me in jail. Keep me away from her. And then the lead villain, the mafia guy, is like, oh, Dancer, let's talk man to man. I'll put my gun down. And Dancer's like, okay, whatever. Boom, 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 and shoots him. So now that mafia guy's dead, so Dancer doesn't get anything. I guess that pile of cash that he brought.
No, that was his cut of clean money.
Then I don't know what his fucking deal is. He just likes killing people, I guess.
Yeah, he
but
does.
Not killing Liza Minnelli because he can't do that very well.
Well, he needed to leave her to the comedy bit in the chair.
Right. Oof.
That was rough.
Yeah, she gets free, runs into the library. She's got a knife. Tony's coming in. He's got up to the house with a shotgun. Cops are arriving. His cop friends are arriving too. And Dancer's all ready to go. He's got the helmet on, the whole bit now. Loaded with flashbangs. He's chucking them everywhere, blinding people and shooting them up.
He shoots the new guy.
Yeah, the rookie cop runs in. Freeze! Gets his kneecap blown off,
Yep.
I guess.
Shoots Burt Reynolds in the shoulder after some wrestling because he's got a secret gun.
Oh, Dancer. You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Burt Reynolds blasts him in the chest like 6 times with the shotgun, but it doesn't matter because his armor's too tough, I guess. So
It
he's
is.
totally a Batman villain. And then they fight on the ground. Tony grabs one of the flashbangs that's on his jacket,
Yeah.
shoves it into his face mask of his helmet, and then Liza shoots him in the chest a bunch of times, blowing him away from everybody into a hallway where the flashbang goes off in his face.
Yep, inside the helmet. And
It's awesome.
his face is on fire, and then it's smoky.
It's awesome.
And then his partner shows up, or his ex-partner shows up just in time again to do nothing. This guy is a
Right.
fucking do-nothing if there ever was one. And they're like, is he dead? He's like, he doesn't have a head.
His head's off.
His head is off.
I mean, it's gone. I mean,
It evaporated his entire skull.
it is smoky and nasty and smells like pudding in there.
Who wants beers?
Yep, let's go.
Case closed.
Yeah, it's the next morning, and they go outside, and she's like, I'm moving in with you. And he's like, love.
He's like, what? Whatever. I'm going to put some pictures up. Ah, great. Pictures of you. Ah. They don't even kiss in the shot.
No.
They like do the head thing, and then they're like, get in the car.
Oh, credits. Oh.
And she continues to talk
Oh.
through the credits. We turned it off before she did. We had to turn Liza Minnelli off because she wouldn't turn herself off.
Oh, God. Ugh, man. That's your movie. Who wants to ask the first question?
Would you rather have sex with Barbara Streisand or Liza Minnelli in their prime?
Prime.
Cabaret Liza Minnelli.
Boy, that's a hard one, man. Oh, my God. Like, obviously, I don't have a choice. Gun's being held at my wife's head. I have to bang one of them. Because if it's held at my head, I'm like, go ahead and fucking fire.
Yeah. Under gunpoint, like, okay, shoot me.
God. Okay, so the ego's a problem because both of them are going to think that they're just doing an awesome job, and you're like, quit pulling on that so hard. Who is going to pull on it less hard? Probably Liza Minnelli.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the pain is going to be less.
I think that despite how annoying she is, I find her to be slightly less annoying than Barbara Streisand.
Yeah, it's tough, man. All right, Jackie.
Barbara Streisand's a better singer. I'll give her that.
Yeah, for sure. Probably a better dancer, too.
Oh, I'm going Barbara Streisand.
Okay.
From The Star Is Born, period.
Okay, my question is, same movie, try to make it more tolerable, recast Liza Minnelli.
Goldie Hawn.
Ooh, that's not a bad pick.
Sure.
Still
She's
could
pretty
be-
annoying, though.
She could be pretty annoying, but I think it's less like, oh yeah, okay, that'll work better.
You'd recast it with Lonnie Anderson, Burt Reynolds wouldn't be in half the movie. He's been at the bar the entire movie.
Right? And even in the shot, he's like, I'm behind the boobs.
Yeah. Saw him last week. I'm good. Get any more pretzels, Tony?
Sam, gonna
I was
recast?
going to say Lonnie Anderson. That would be a good
all right.
movie.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, well, would it? I don't know.
No, it would be
Okay.
terrible.
How long before you think that he puts her down, right? Like he
Like,
so no.
like
Okay,
he
so,
takes her to the vet and says,
so kind of like he takes her to the
"Been a
vet.
good boy, old fella."
He takes her to the vet, and you know that surgery that they do on dogs where they snip, and so they can't bark,
Oh yeah.
snipping their vocal
Yeah.
cords. How long do you think before he's like, here, let me put this thing over your face so that it knocks you out, this chloroform, and then he takes her to the vet, and he's like, just snip the vocal cords.
Yeah, and the vets do that to people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
It is
she wakes up
Chicago.
and she's like, and he's like, that's what you get, bitch, you talk too much.
That's very disturbing.
6 hours.
6 hours. You know, I think that her constant oratory of everything is one of her least annoying things.
Yeah, right. Well, he may not get the chance because it ties into my second question. Are they going to jail?
I would think that they're actually not going to. They're in the back of a police car.
Uh-huh.
They've freelanced a vigilante crime.
He is not a private investigator. He is hired as a private investigator But he's not licensed.
No.
He's a mall Santa.
He's a guy who just shot a guy.
He's a vigilante.
Yeah.
And the cops are like signing off on it.
And he's a car thief.
He stole a lady's car.
Yeah, they're going to jail.
They're going to jail. And like, yeah, I did. Now, is she going to jail?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For what? What was the crime?
She's an accomplice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, accomplice to vigilante. I mean, Robin goes to jail just as much as Batman, right?
Sure. And I don't know. I know that it wasn't enforced, but it was still illegal to get a sea-urchin haircut in the 80s.
Throw the book at her.
Ordinarily, we don't charge this crime, but my God.
Yeah, they're prison bound, so they don't have to deal with each other. They're going to separate sides of the state.
You know what I thought was interesting, speaking of her sea-urchin haircut, is that the wig that she bought was her haircut, just blonde.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Well,
Like, this is not a very good, like, disguise. Like, go nuts. Get a red wig that's, like, long that goes all the way down to your butt crack.
I think that's her look, was the sea-urchin.
Yeah, it was.
Is she alive?
It's jazzy.
Yeah. I
Oh,
think so.
yeah. Sam, what's up? You got anything, Laura? Another question?
I do not have any more questions.
No.
All right, let's get to the big one. Your favorite... Actually, you know what? Let's do this afterwards. Final member recommendations on Brown a Cop. Jackie, go with you first.
I'm going to give it a do.
Really? I am very surprised by that. Why is that?
Well, the end flashbang scene
It's fucking awesome.
is just totally worth it.
That's one of the coolest ways to kill a villain I've ever seen on film.
And Burt Reynolds was actually not bad in this movie. He was
He's
just being
pretty bad,
he was
Jackie.
just being Burt
He
Reynolds.
does not want to be there.
No.
It's in his
And
face.
that's and you know what? I'm sorry, but that is part of the appeal to this movie for me, is just how awkward and how much he doesn't want to be there and how much you can just see it all over him. And how much she is just like, this is going to be my comeback movie.
Love me.
Yeah. And it's a train wreck to watch, and I kind of enjoyed it.
Huh, that is not what you said after watching this film. When you went upstairs to go get a drink of water with me, you were like, I fucking hate this movie.
Well, you can hate it and still give it a do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, do I think that it's like, oh my God, this is another Beastmaster? No, it's not
No,
a
it is not.
Beastmaster. But it is this weird, awkward twisting of emotions that you have when you watch it.
Huh.
That you're like, yeah, you want other people to experience that and go, yeah, what the fuck was that? You could totally tell that he was like, just get away from me. Don't
Right.
try to kiss me.
Right in that fine line between mediocrity and complete annoyance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a don't.
Really?
She's just too much. She is insufferable. I could not stand her. And there is things in this movie for sure, but it's mostly just James Remar's Batman villain that I wanted more of. And then there's not enough. There's like, for the first half of the movie, I could have gone with it. I could have been like, oh, dude, I want her face to come off. But there's enough James Remar to keep me like fine. It's fine. But then at the halfway point, he disappears and stops doing nutty stuff until the very end. And that time is just filled with her being awful. So it's close. There is definitely some gems in here. But fuck Liza Minnelli.
Yeah. I give it a do because I didn't hate her that much. But my do is that there is, yes, some awesome dumb stuff like the Santa tackle, James Remar's
Right.
Batman villain. My reason to give it a do is I've seen some of the bad Burt Reynolds movies, and this
Yeah.
is one of the more viewable. Like City
Yeah.
Heat
Oh, yeah.
is completely unviewable.
Yeah.
Like, had I not, I was like, God, I can't do City Heat when I found out he died because it's too shitty.
Right.
It is too shitty. And so this I was pleased with because I definitely was glad that I watched it at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm giving it a deal. I was like, well, I'm glad I saw that.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
I think it could go either way. I mean, it's really close for me.
No take backs. You're
but-
just trying to be
no,
cool
I
now.
still give it a don't. But like I say, if anybody was to say do, I don't fault you for saying do. If you say don't, I can't fault you for that either. It's tough with Liza Minnelli, but it's super close to being something special. Just get her off the fucking screen.
And she's Hollywood royalty.
Yeah.
Royalty.
Potentially got her that we didn't research. Let's move back on to Burt Reynolds. Last question. Favorite Burt Reynolds movie? Jackie, let's start with you. Actually, no, Sam, it's your week. Let's start with you. And you have a mustache.
I do. I shaved my beard off for the homie. Mustache only now. Oh, I think it's probably Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah.
Fuck, I like him. I like all the Burt Reynolds movies. I'm not a real Longest Yard fan, but I really like White Lightning and Gator.
Mm-hmm. Gator's up there for sure for me.
I think I might like White Lightning a little bit better,
There you
though.
go. Not everybody says that, but
Yeah, and I really like Smokey and the Bandit a lot. It's been a long time since I've seen Gator. I know what I want to say is Sharky's Machine.
yeah.
Because that was such a big deal in my childhood, but I really need to watch that again and make sure, but I'm pretty sure it's Sharky's Machine. We'll see.
Okay. Jax?
I think how I'm always going to envision him is Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah.
I grew up watching that movie and just thought it was just the most badass thing ever.
Well, here's the funny thing, Jackie. It is the most badass thing ever. Because I'm also going to say Smokey and the Bandit. And, like, I fucking love Cannonball Run so goddamn much. And I fucking love Gator so goddamn much. And Deliverance, we got to say Deliverance.
Yeah.
It's fucking dumb good.
It's hard to watch, though.
It is. But it's stupid good. But here's the thing about Smokey and the Bandit. We said this when we saw it when Jackie and I saw it about a year ago or so when we did all three of the Bandits. Smokey and the Bandit should be not very good. Like, it should be hammy and corny and still very Hal Needham-esque. But really, the fucking whole thing is tip-top, near perfection, without fail, where I can't say that about any of the other movies. There's stumbling blocks here. There's a couple shitty jokes in Cannonball Run. But from start to beginning to finish, Smokey and the Bandit is movie-going perfection.
It spawned a lifestyle.
Yes.
People still van all over every place and trucking and the whole thing.
And God,
Trucking movies, that thing went on for like 20 years.
right. No.
BJ and the Bear, the TV show.
Yeah. No, Smokey and the Bandit's like, that's iconic.
Yeah.
So that's my favorite. You can't argue with that. All three of us, man. Except for that potentially Sharky's Machine.
Well, I mean, like, I want it to be Sharky's Machine because I saw Sharky's Machine when I was 6 and I was like, holy fucking shit. But, I mean, first thing out of my mouth was Smokey and the Bandit because it's awesome.
Yep, we got a long ways to go and a short time to get there. We got.
Plus, I think that Burt Reynolds, for me, when I was a little kid, was the first handsome man that I remember seeing on TV.
Yeah, that could be.
That I was like, wow, that guy is tough.
Yeah, because before that, she makes a good point. Like, who was the handsome guy before Burt Reynolds? Like, everybody was like a really legit
Leading man, like Cary Grant guys.
Yeah, I mean, or like Peter Sellers, or like
Peter Sellers has a handsome guy. I don't know.
or like Alec Guinness. I mean, they're not hunks. Even Clark Gable's not really a hunk. He's handsome. Burt Reynolds might have been the first hunk.
Yeah, he was a hunk.
Elvis would be a hunk.
Yeah, Elvis was a
I never
hunk.
thought Elvis
But
was a
Elvis
hunk.
wasn't there for his, I mean, he wasn't a movie star. He became a movie star.
He became a movie star.
Right. We've got some listener feedback. First off, it's a quick one from last week's episode, Predator 2. One thing that we failed to mention is the naked lady is Terry Weigel.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, I saw her name in the credits, and then brought to us by fan Rowan Dower. Good fan, Rowan Dower. We just completely failed to mention that that's who that was.
But we talked about her for a while.
Yeah, her cans. On Twitter, fan I'm a hamburger and fries kind of guy, Bucks fan, says regarding our St. Elmo's Fire episode. Okay, so this movie is on right now, and I am watching it. I was a teenager in the mid-'80s, and I didn't know anyone like this. These people are all assholes. So, as we, we're saying, like, if this is the type of people that were in their early 20s, fuck the 80s people.
Well,
but it seems to me that we've got the source right there that, no, not everybody was a complete dickhead.
No, but it's also sort of like those were upper crust New Yorkers too.
Well, how do you know that I'm
He's
a hamburger and French fries Bucks fan guy was not upper crust New York society?
It doesn't sound like it.
Why?
Just
Judging a
all
person
of it.
by his,
He's put a lot of information.
I mean, he does describe who he is in his Twitter handle. He starts it by saying, I'm a blank. So we have to take his word for
we
it.
have to take his word.
I think he sounds like a guy I could be friends with.
Sure.
I'm
Of
just
course.
saying, like, you like burgers and fries? I like burgers and fries, and I'll watch whoever the hell the Bucks are. I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm assuming you're talking about big game.
Yeah, he's talking about big game.
Or the
He loves
Milwaukee
watching-
Bucks.
No, big game. He just sits out in a field and watches the Bucks go by.
Yeah.
Buccaneers?
It's the Bucks. Yeah, the Tampa Bay Bucks. He's
Oh,
a
it could
Bucks
be the
fan.
Milwaukee
What is
Bucks.
that?
Because Milwaukee
that
Bucks
basketball?
is Bucks. This is Bucs.
Yeah, that's the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
What's that? Is that basketball?
It's a football team, Jackie. Come on. Can we get someplace?
Anyway, I would hang out with this guy.
Okay, cool. I like his point about St. Elmo's Fire more than anything. On streaming news and don'ts this week, Jackie and I have nothing. Sam, you want to talk about a guy that was in this movie? Go
Taipan.
share.
That's the only reason I want to talk about it, is because right now, streaming on Amazon
Uh-huh.
is a movie that I didn't even know existed. Taipan. Starring the guy from Cocktail and FX as the lead, as Taipan.
God, that guy's
The bad guy, the mafia guy, is the adversary in Taipan.
Okay. And
And if you've ever, the novel by James Clavell is beloved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the same author as Shogun. We should
Yes,
mention.
absolutely. I was really amazed that they were able to inhabit the same story events of the book Taipan
Mhm.
without getting any of the good parts. Like, they were able to, like, yeah, that is what happened. How did you make it so not good? How did you do that? Because
So-
it is bad.
So they took the book, split it in half, started, and it had two piles, good shit and bad shit, and they cut all the good shit out of the book.
I don't know. It's just like everything was so bad.
Hey, I think this is a good page. Cut it.
Cut it. No, because the skeleton of the story is part of what makes it good, but at the same time, it was like they were able to pick the bones completely clean. And the guy that from FX, whatever his name is,
I don't care. Don't
he
want to know.
stinks.
Yeah, he stinks.
He's not good.
Yeah, skeletons.
Joan Chen is in it.
Jackie said skeleton. What, Jackie? What do you want to say here?
I'm just saying. The skeleton
the
thing
skeleton
came up
from the
again.
funeral. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that joke
It's
is.
a dead man's
yes.
party.
I'd say that.
And this is a dead man's movie.
I would say Jackie is beating that joke like it's a dead horse.
I don't know.
I'm a-
Skeleton? Okay.
Hey,
Sam,
I'm a-
Beating that
Taipei.
skeleton like it's a
dead
bone.
horse.
I'm playing the xylophone on your tailbone.
The xylophone.
Yep.
Sam, keep talking, please.
Yeah, Joan Chen is in it. Manages to be terrible. She's good in every movie I've ever seen, other than that, and that Hunted movie with her and.
I mean,
We're
come on.
gonna have to do that one
That's
day.
pushing it. Saying Joe Chen's good in
I
everything.
really like Joan Chen most of the
It's
time.
pushing it, but go
Really,
ahead. Yeah,
really,
okay. Yeah, it's
What's wrong with
pushing
Joan
it.
Chen? I don't know about that. Yeah, I would definitely give it a do not.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
And
It's
how
because of the
long
skeleton
is
thing, isn't it?
it's only like it's about 2 hours.
it? That's really weird for how big that book is.
No, Taipan's not that.
Oh, I
Taipan's
thought
only
it was
like
huge.
400
I thought it was
pages.
monstrous like Shogun is.
No, it goes. The next real big one's Noble House, I think, but yeah, Shogun is considerably longer.
All right. Well, there you go. Next week, Jackie, it's your pick. I'm predicting. Jackie, what's your movie pick? And she says, I don't have one.
It's the guy from Mr. Miyagi from
Ralph Macchio.
No,
That's not
No.
Ralph Macchio.
Mr. Miyagi from
Uh-huh.
Karate Kid.
Okay, that's the name of
And
the movie, Mr. Miyagi.
Jay
from-
Leno.
And Jay Leno and the buddy cop picture that I've been trying to find.
Yeah,
for-
buddy cop
What's
picture.
it called so everybody can watch
Well,
it?
I was describing it because I thought Sam knew what it was.
Oh,
I can't remember what it's called. I just know that I put it on our watch list so that I would be able to find it again.
isn't it like Taxi Driver
No.
or like
Collision Course.
Collision Course?
Yeah, Collision
Yeah.
Course with Pat Morita and
Pat
Jay
Morita.
Leno.
It's going to be awesome.
It's been out of print forever. It's almost impossible to find. What's it streaming on right now? HBO now?
Yeah.
There you go. All right, kids, check that out this week. Bye.
Bye.
Get to the Regal that's got primer on it.
That's dumb. Get to the chopper. Visit us at www.stinkermadness.com. Follow Stinker Madness on Twitter at Stinker Madness. Please rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher. Thank you for listening, and get to the chopper.
Check, check.
You look good.
Do we all look good?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you ready?
I am in now.
How about now?
And now. Now. I'm ready.
Not now. Not now.
Hold on.